Hey guys, it's oh my gosh, I screwed up. Here, we're not even gonna edit that. There you go. It's this is Guido, and we got a good scouting game here. I'm gonna show this bit of passive, bit of active. There's kind of an interesting result at the end, actually. So we're gonna take the standard bush. Now this is an all tier 10 battle, so everyone and their dog knows what's going on here as they start to get wrecked. 423. Everyone's getting spotted. Everyone understands exactly where, more than likely, the scout is that's spotting them. I only get initially 300. Now I get 1,000 because somebody just got hammered for 664. We got the EBR makes a critical error. I was rather happy to see him come up in there because if we can get rid of him, then I am a lot safer as far as where I can be and where I can move around. Now, this 4005 has a pretty darn good idea what's happening as he's getting spotted. The EBR is getting bombed by the artillery. I see the JPZ moving around. So I'm hoping the artillery, there's three of them, will eventually get rid of the EBR. They have a very good reason to do so. There you go, because they're much safer with that guy gone. But I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I bet that, well, I don't bet anything, but I will know in a minute. It'll be a safe bet. There we go. The 907 just took a poke at me, and then I get hit by the Bat Chat 25T. I'm going to back out for just a second. I'm going to back out. I'm kind of looking for any more shells to come through, hit the ground. Let's see what's going on. And I'm going to try to sneak back up in here. And then I light guys up again, and shots are coming back. So I look in here, and I'm, uh-oh. Uh-oh. 835 from Gold HE for the 4005. Now, here's the good news. He hit the ground, not me. It was splash damage, it looked like, from the hit. So I don't think he actually hit me, and now he's running away, which is a good thing. Only thing I'm worried about really is the 907, the 907. The 907, there we go, we get the FV, so vengeance is mine. 4,122 damage. Only thing I'm really worried about is the 907 taking another poke. So I'm just going to turn around, and pretty soon, that was another big hit into the Leopard 1850. Brings me up to 5,972. So I have accounted for basically the first three deaths, hit points wise, more or less, from the enemy. Two heavy tanks at about 3,000 apiece, or a 4005 Leopard and EBR equivalent of hit points. You know, some hit points came off other guys. Now I am ammo racked. I do have to wait till I am reloaded. I'm going to leave that bush because that well has basically gone dry. And the more I light people up moving around down there, the more interested somebody is going to be interested in shooting into that bush. And what I was really worried about is potentially one of the two artillery taking a stab at me right there. I might have said there was three in the game, but there's only two on each side. I'm looking at the top and I'm thinking, all right, where do I go next on this map for some scouting? I would like to get up top, but I don't want to die. I'm a one-shot. Unfortunately, that big hit I took from the FV really limited my options here. So I've got to wait and see if my team's going to do something with this advantage that I've created and they're able to overwhelm the top. But I don't see anything there. And the Object 140's got that covered. He's got about as good spotting as I do. So there's no real reason for me to sit in their bush. Another reason I don't sit in that bush, unfortunately, I got spotted there. That surprised me. I don't know where that came. There must have been somebody else down in the bottom there. Thank goodness an artillery wasn't really ready to take a shot. But back to that bush where 140 is, that's a bush that tends to get blind fired by artillery. With 243 hit points, I really don't want to be sitting there. I really don't. And I'm noticing as I moved this way that the hill is one. So now I can go ahead and go up the hill and see if I can't get a little bit more spotting up the hill from guys and give my heavy tanks on the hill a little bit more vision control down the hill and see if we can't start peeling these guys out. We have a huge advantage built. We're now 6-1. I've accounted for almost 3,000. But I've got to get either my gun or my spotting back into the game. I think about going after the Manticore, but again, artillery is a big deal, and I have no gun depression, so I have no way to get a shot. There's that guy right there, and I just can't quite get to him. I really kind of hung it out a little bit right there. Potential was to get spotted, so let's go ahead and keep on trucking. I investigated those shots. They weren't there. I do know of another bush here to go passive again, to just take a little quick look into the bush. I'm hoping nobody's on this backside, so I'm going to come at it a little bit carefully. Kind of looking like, is there anybody over there in that crease? Because they can hide if they're nice and flat. Say a Russian kind of flat tank could be right over here in that lower spot. So I'll take the chance. I'll pop up here and see what we got. There we go. Now I can see this guy. We got him lit. No sense firing at him. I don't really have a good chance of pinning him. I'll try to keep him lit, though. He is lit by the 100 LT. I'm just looking for that opportunity. There we go. So I get 664 out of that. Get a little bit more from the artillery. Booping the JPZ. Again, I'm starting to consider shooting him in the sprocket to maybe see if I can track him. But the artillery's not reloaded. They just both fired. There we go. There's one. So there's some more spotting for me. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Perfect. We're up to 7,025, and down he goes. So we got that guy dead. Between me and the 100 LT, I had a nice view on him. The 100 LT could sit there on the backside and not worry. The 430 is a bit problematic. I would like him to die. There we go. So just kind of watch him go. I took a shot, but he died before I could make it happen. Did not get me spotted again because I think he died before I actually fired, or maybe I was double bush, and now I'll come down here. Now this is where I'm up to 7,195. Not a single point of actual damage I did myself. The Leopard comes in. We got the 907 sitting there. So I'm going to come in with this bush cover. Now this is really interesting what happens here. I'll come into this bush. Now look, we got guys up here, right? So I'm just going to kind of hang out here. What do we got? We got this guy down here. We'll back out. The FV is... What the? I am pretty sure he was shooting up at these guys. And I just happened to be in the line of sight. So ended up with 7,626 spotting, no damage. But a pretty good example of Malinovka, I was going to call it proc. Pretty good example of proc spotting. That initial bush, yes, it can be dangerous. People will poke shots in there. Just one more shot or an artillery in there, and this game would have been over, and I wouldn't have had 7,600. Get out of there, reposition to that next best scout bush with the 140 and go, I don't think I really want to be here. I don't think I'm going to get shots. If I do get spotted, say I got a shot and took a shot, I'd probably get spotted there because you usually do. Even if I was backing out, there's a high likelihood an artillery is already looking at there. Never mind just getting poked by somebody who's zoomed in anyway, waiting for someone to appear right there. So let's go ahead and get out of there. Unfortunately, I got spotted. I was going to say scouted. Unfortunately, I got spotted going up the hill. I would have liked to have got away from there without being spotted, so they kind of saw me moving around back there. The bummer about being spotted also is they now know I'm not down in that bush down there. As long as they think someone's in that bush, they might be shooting at it. They might be paying attention to it. They might be worried about where they can move because they figure someone was in it. And unfortunately, I let them know I wasn't in it because I got spotted going away. That's SA for them. But in any event, went up to the hill, did a little bit more spotting, and just got kind of unlucky right there as far as somebody shooting through where I was trying to get to guys above. Which is interesting. You would assume that he had a highlight on those guys, and maybe the shell just dropped just low enough to take me down right there. So I thought that was interesting. Another possibility is he just blind fired the bush thinking the scout had moved into it. I don't know. That's possible as well. He may have just got lucky. In any event, there you go. A little bit of passive, a little bit of moving around for some active passive, I suppose you would call it. Moving to a forward bush, looking around. I hope that helps you guys out. Hope you learned something. I hope you liked it. If you did, throw me a subscribe. If you're looking for ways to support the channel, down in the description, lots of ways to do that. That's all I've got. We'll see you.